reverse engineer your truth. It's all self-awareness and then putting yourself in a position to succeed.
I mix patience with ambition and hope that I get gratitude. Other times I hope that I get Spanish chicks with attitude.
No, it's not easy telling your truth.
What is up? Yo. Yeah, all this shit, it's finna be gone. Finna go get a haircut and change my oil and buy some stuff from Walmart, and I'll be back. What is up, man? Hey, I don't look like a mad scientist anymore. Shit. Yeah, all cleaned up. I came back from getting a haircut. Well, I went to the bank first, got a haircut. Then I went to Walmart and bought some vegetarian meals while my oil was getting changed. And I came back here, ate, made myself a green juice, ate some soup, and yeah. Now I gotta go, I'm actually about to go shower my dogs. So yeah, that's that. Some days are just gonna be, slow, kind of mundane. But still, enjoy every part of the process. You can always find joy in whatever you're doing. And even though these things are not necessarily correlated to the vision, or not to the vision, because I think your vision should include all aspects of your life. So like everything I'm doing is part of the vision in one way or another. So even though it's not, related too much to music or necessarily to YouTube or I don't want to say spirituality, because as I've said before, you can find ways to, you can do anything that you can do consciously. So I think mundane things are actually part of spirituality. Like you can use those mundane tasks and things that don't really require too much I guess too much strategy. You can use those mundane tasks to grow consciously, to do them consciously, to pay more attention while you do whatever you're doing, whether it's washing dishes or it's driving. Like all these things, you can find ways to be in the now, be in the present, and yeah, make that a moment to moment process, moment to moment effort to stay present. And it's an effort right now because we're not used to it. But the goal of spirituality, or the goal of spiritual work, is to make that our state of being, our natural state of being, where we're always present in the now, and we're always joyful just from our own nature, as a byproduct of our state of being. So yeah, even the mundane tasks can be a part of that, of helping you get to that state. So I'm gonna leave it at that right now. I'm about to go shower the dogs, and I'll be back. I'm definitely gonna make some music, make a beat, work on a beat, work on the last beat that I was working on that I haven't finished at all. And yeah, that's that. What's up? Checking in before I go to bed. I got work tomorrow in the morning. A lot of the day went to really doing mundane things. But hey, as I said, lastly, the last thing I said I was gonna do was shower the dogs, which took me like 2 hours, man. Ash would not let me shower him. He was a pain in the ass to shower. But yeah, I was working on some videos, editing some vlogs, and setting up some social media stuff, and yeah, I talked to my homie for a minute, homie from Puerto Rico. He called me, we talked for a minute, had a deep ass convo. You know, I'm always having deep conversations. And even if I don't, I'm gonna vlog some deep ass thoughts. Because I used to have these conversations with myself, or just these thoughts, just deep thoughts all the time. And now that I got, the vlog, and while I had him, I always thought like, fuck, I should be recording this shit and putting it out there, so that people can see what the fuck I be thinking about, cause I be thinking about some deep ass shit. But I'm pretty tired. I'm pretty tired right now. Oh yeah, I watched this Sadhguru video, some more wisdom as usual, and he was talking about how the world, like whatever happens in the world, whatever circumstances are going on in the world, like yes, they do have some effects on us, but he said that 90% or 98% of our experience is dictated by us, not by the world, not by us thinking that the world, because we're always, or most of society is always thinking that they're miserable, or they blame the world for whatever hardships they're going, for whatever stress they're going through, for feeling overwhelmed. And yes, there is a little aspect, there's a small aspect to that is true, because the world influences us, influences our energies and our minds all the time. But 98%, he said 98% of our life and of our circumstance is really dictated by us. Is really dictated not by what happens, but the way we react to what happens, how we control our reactions. And it reminded me of I think it was Tony Robbins who said this. It was like, life doesn't happen to you. Life happens for you. And that's a big shift right there, if you're able to make that shift. Like, and it really is true, man. Like, we just gotta be able to realize that. We just gotta be able to take our ego out of the equation and realize that life is not happening to us, it's happening for us. And there's higher levels to that. He also said you can get to a point where life happens through you, and then the last one is life happens as you. And life happens as you is basically enlightenment. That's what it really is. Like, when you get to that point where your experience actually embodies this life happens as you, yeah, that's what spiritual leaders talk about when they, explain enlightenment. It's the same concept. And as I've said before, every spiritual leader, every person who's realized their true human potential has came back with the very, very similar truth. And yeah, there's one truth, and we all have a different perception of it, different interpretation of it. But the point of spiritual work is to is to align our perception, to remove the lies that we tell ourselves about life out of the equation in order to see the underlying truth about the nature of reality. Bars. Just give y'all some bars right there, bro. Facts. And it's not easy to make this a living reality. You know, this is like monks, you know, take their whole lives, make this their whole life's work to make this realization a living reality. But it's possible for all of us. It takes effort, moment to moment effort, and I'm gonna keep mentioning that because that's what it takes. That's what it takes. And in the transition to change, you need to keep reminding yourself of why you're doing this, what you're doing, of what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how you're gonna do it. You know, and just knowing that it's gonna be worth it. In the end, it's gonna be worth it. It might be hard now to change certain things, but it's gonna be worth it. And you just need to do it without thinking so much about it and wasting energy on thinking about it and thinking about it, thinking unnecessarily. You just gotta do and follow our intuition, live our truth. And for that, you need self-awareness first. You need to, what helped me in my journey was to, first off, start eating better, because eating junk food definitely clouded my intuition. Smoking weed daily definitely clouded my intuition. Those two were really big factors in helping me get back on my intuition, because it's not, and meditation, definitely. Meditation is about, meditation is about observing the nature of reality and observing your energies, your thoughts and emotions. And there's different types of meditations. That's something I really want to focus on. Very, just, that's the next stage in my spirituality. Applying different methods of meditation in my day-to-day. And in my couple of last vlogs, I don't remember which one it was, but I included a video clip of Sadhguru talking about the 4 ways to be meditative. And he said that these 4 ways should be integrated into one system so they work in harmony and synchronicity. And that's the next step for me, because I definitely haven't. The one I've done the most was Kriya Yoga, which is the meditation of transforming your energies, and that's through meditation. That's through sitting down and observing your energies and transmuting them. But he talked about 3 other ways, which were the one of intelligence, of self-contemplation, and of contemplation intelligence. That's one path. The other one was devotion, which to me is basically I don't think you can even explain that. He explained basically living your truth and devoting yourself to only devoting yourself to only seek and live out a spiritual life, to focus solely on that. That's what the devotion path is, to focus on the divine and following your intuition towards the divine at all times. The other one was, I don't remember what it was called. It was yoga something, but the other one was selfless giving, which to me, honestly, I don't understand the difference yet between the devotion one and the selfless one. I know the devotion one includes prayer and just thinking about having mantras of idols, of spiritual iconic people, and having mantras to kind of invoke them or keep them in your, at the forefront of your conscious, of your focusing on that. That's one part. Now that I remember, that's one part of the devotion part. And then the other one was selfless giving. So we got the intelligence one, the contemplation, intelligence slash contemplation way to be meditative. The second one is the devotional way to be meditative, which is through prayer, mantras, and constant devotion, a continuous commitment to the divine and whatever that may mean to you, to listening to that divine voice or that inner voice, and only seeking that. That's one way to be meditative. And then the selfless giving without expecting. That's a D. Fourth way to be meditative. And he says that all these should work in synchronicity, in synthesis, and that's the next step for me. Because I've only done Kriya Yoga, which is transforming your energies, which is last one. So that's 4 of them. So find a way. My next step is to find a way to make them all a living reality within my daily life in one way or another. So that's my next challenge. But I feel good, man. I'm very happy. I'm really fucking lucky that I was born in the era of the internet, because if it wasn't for the internet, I wouldn't know 90% of what I know today, and I wouldn't be nowhere near as committed as I am to this path at this age. I honestly don't know anybody my age that has the ideal, because I know a lot of people with the ideal, but that's actually implementing it to the level that I'm trying to implement it at. But hey, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there, and let me take that back. I do know at least 2 people, but even then, like, I don't know, I feel like there's levels to it, and but who knows? I do know 2 people that are actually implementing this ideal on a day-to-day basis, and it's hard. It's not easy. It's fucking hard, because the whole world is telling you to go the other way, and you gotta go against that. You gotta go with your truth and stand against the masses, the mainstream, the status quo. Most of my friends, most of my families are not on this path, and I think it's my responsibility, now that I understand what it really means, what this path can really bring to the world and to myself. I think it's my responsibility to show them that this path is worth taking, and that this path has a bigger meaning than most of the artificial lifestyles that people are living. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Much love, everybody. Yeah. Peace out. Tomorrow I'm definitely gonna include some shit for music. I'm definitely gonna put in some work for music after I get back from work. And I'm gonna do a beat, I'm gonna finish a beat, then do a beat, and make another beat, and then I'm gonna try to start writing the song that I'm gonna record and release on Wednesday. So, alrighty, much love everybody. Peace out.
Intuition, that's the rhythm that I'm grooving with. Tell me what's your energy. Show me what you're moving with. I ain't new to this. Don't be stupid.
The only real revolution happens right inside of you. I said what good is taking over when we know what you gon' do. The only real revolution happens right inside of you.